15 World's Biggest Bodybuilder. Kevin Levrone. Levrone first got into bodybuilding at the young age of 11 because his older brothers were lifting. He lifted alongside them and found out that he was pretty good at it. He started to do some research and learning about the big bodybuilders in the 1980s, such as Haney and Arnold Schwarzenegger. His first pro qualifying event was the 1992 Chicago Pro Invitational, and he was soon setting the bodybuilding world afire. While he was never garnered the coveted Mr. Olympia, he was come in the top 5 countless times. Levrone is now in his late 40s and has not competed for about a decade. Lou Ferrigno. Lou Ferrigno had a difficult childhood. As his hearing loss, he was again a youth reading comic books and dreaming of being as strong as the muscular characters within, and he certainly attained that goal. He first picked up a weight when he was 12 years old and trained enough over the following decade that he officially became the youngest man to win the IFBB Mr. Universe competition twice. He was also the tallest to have done so and the only one to have gotten 2 consecutive wins. He was also among the youngest to enter the prestigious Mr. Olympia contest, strutting on the stage at 23 years of age. He eventually realized his childhood dream by becoming the Incredible Hulk and entering the world of Hollywood. Dennis Wolf. Dennis Wolf was born in the former USSR but eventually moved to Germany with his family at the age of 14. Like many of the bodybuilders on this list, Wolf got his start fairly young. At the age of 15, his interest was piqued by a bodybuilder magazine that his father bought him, and he soon started getting in shape and was competing at 21. He turned pro in 2005 and made his IFBB professional debut in 2006. He shows no signs of slowing down as he continues to work on his physique. He is built up in incredibly impressive size, and one thing is for sure, whatever this big bad wolf wants, he probably gets. Mustafa Ismail. Even those who don't know much about bodybuilding likely recognize Mustafa Ismail. He got a lot of attention recently for initially setting a Guinness World Record for the biggest arms, biceps, and triceps, and then sparking some controversy regarding whether his accomplishments were all natural. His 31-inch guns are astounding and he claims to be able to lift 600 pounds. While many have accused him of steroid use, Ismail continues to assert that his muscles are the result of a diet that is very heavy in protein. His daily diet apparently contains 4 pounds of chicken and 2 pounds of steak every day. The Egyptian bodybuilder who moved to the US in 2007 also works out for 3 hours a day to keep his physique up. Haney. The Mr. Olympia is one of the biggest, most prestigious competitions in the world of bodybuilding, and most bodybuilders dream of earning the coveted title at least once in their career. Haney has won it 8 times consecutively, a record that even one-ups the infamous Arnold Schwarzenegger's 7-title streak. Haney dominated the bodybuilding world in the 1980s and has since retired into a much quieter life. Johnny O. Jackson. Johnny O. Jackson is a beast, plain and simple. Though standing only 5'8" in height, this American bodybuilder has deadlifted a record-setting deadlift of 760 pounds. He can also bench press 600 pounds, but that seems like child's play compared to his deadlift record when he is not on stage. Jackson works as a personal trainer, helping other individuals work towards a physique half as impressive as his. Before he stepped into the public eye as a beloved bodybuilder, he even served in the armed forces, something that Jackson says helped shape his life philosophy and build his discipline. Flex Wheeler. This bodybuilder real name is Ken, but everyone knows him as Flex Wheeler. But one look at his body will tell you he does not need to be flexing for his muscles to pop. Wheeler has been racking up the competition wins since 1993 and even got the coveted Triple Crown in 1997, which in the world of bodybuilding means winning the Ironman, Arnold Classic, and San Jose Classic. Sometimes referred to as the Sultan of Symmetry, his physique at the height of his competition years was flawless. Ronnie Winlar. Ronnie Winklar is a bit of a newcomer in the world of bodybuilding, while many of the greats hit their peak in the 1980s or early 1990s. Winklar is just getting into the swing of things now. Winklar manages to pack 285 pounds of pure muscle onto a small 5.6 frame. One of his first competitions was the 2009 NPC Arnold Amateur Championships, and he placed first right from the start. He has only continued to excel from there, continually impressing bodybuilding fans with his incredible physique. Winklar could very well be one of the next big names in bodybuilding. Heath. Heath, who many know by his nickname The Gift, grew up in Seattle, Washington, and was a typical high school jock. He played varsity basketball and excelled enough that he earned a basketball scholarship to the University of Denver. While he loved basketball, he was looking for his next challenge, and it was only after university that he found the world of bodybuilding in 2002. He pushed his body from 185 pounds to 215 pounds of pure muscle, before cutting down to 192 pounds for his first competition, the Rocky Mountain NPC USA Championship Northern. Heath won quite the way to start out his career. He trained harder, got even bigger, and eventually racked up a whole slew of other titles, including his IFBB Pro card and 4 Mr. Olympia wins. Kai Greene. American bodybuilder Kai Greene turned to weights as a way to cope with a difficult childhood, and his 7th grade English teacher helped introduce him to the world of competitive bodybuilding. He started out on the teen circuit, flexing his growing muscles, before taking a hiatus to really transform his physique. He turned pro before his 19th birthday, earning him the honor of being the youngest natural professional bodybuilder at the time. He continually improved himself, moving on to the NPC to qualify for recognition with the IFBB. Kai's admirable determination paid off almost 16 years after he first entered the bodybuilding circuit, when he became one of the buff athletes in the IFBB professional ranks. SCH Camp. Not all famous European bodybuilders come from Austria. SCH Camp, a retired German IFBB pro, hails from Ulfen, Germany. However, it was a certain Austrian muscle machine who inspired SCH Camp. He saw Schwarzenegger in some of his films and was inspired to sculpt his own body. He started training at 16 and entered and won his first competition at 18. He owned the Mr. Universe title in 1993 and made the move to the US in 1996, just like Arnold. Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Austrian-born bodybuilder set records in the fitness world, becoming the youngest person to win the Mr. Universe title when he was 20. He racked up countless titles over the years, including 4 more MR Universe titles and 7 coveted Mr. Olympia titles. After an illustrious career in bodybuilding, Schwarzenegger, who had become a U.S. citizen after emigrating to the U.S. in 1968, started conquering another industry, Hollywood. He had roles in several movies, including Hercules, Stay Hungry. The film that absolutely made his career, however, was Terminator, with 3 simple words: "I will be back." Marcus Rowell. Unlike many bodybuilders on this list who picked up their first dumbbell at the ages of 12 or 14, Marcus Rowell, who is sometimes nicknamed the German Nightmare, got a bit of a late start. The then 140-pound German-born Rowell started lifting at 19, and after 5 years, finally competed in his first competition over 100 pounds heavier, at 243 pounds. He won the heavyweight and overall title at his first competition, the Butch Guy Cup, and began a long career of bodybuilding. He soon received his pro card, continued packing on additional muscle mass, and simply grew his amazing physique. Dennis James. Dennis James was born in Heidelberg, Germany. As his father, a military man, perhaps it is the German bodybuilding blood. But James began lifting at 18 and immediately started to impress everyone. James Hasn't had as many impressive finishes as some of the big bodybuilders, though he has competed in the Mr. Olympia 7 times. His best finish is 4th place. However, he has consistently maintained his physique over the years, proving that you don't always need titles to keep up your Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman is an absolute beast, plain and simple. In a world where bodybuilders continue to grow bigger and bigger, Coleman has set a new standard. The Louisiana-born bodybuilder has a contest weight of about 300 pounds, something that not many bodybuilders achieve. Coleman saw an advertisement for the police force and started a career there. Coleman's fellow officers convinced him to check out a particularly impressive gym in their neighborhood, whose clientele consisted of powerlifters and competitive builders. Coleman immediately impressed at his first competition in 1990 and soon began dominating the bodybuilding world, earning his IFBB Pro card as well as countless titles. In fact, Coleman holds the record for the most wins by an IFBB professional, a staggering 26, including a coveted Mr. Olympia title.